It's Friday, January 27th, 2023. Markets just closed a couple hours ago. Markets across the board up. I was watching some of the financial channels this morning, and everybody now believes that this is the new bull market, the new bull rally. Everything's going to be okay. Housing's coming back, stock market's coming back. Everything's going to be fine. There's never been a better time to buy a home, to invest in the stock market. Just more of this cheerleading, just more of this garbage being sold to the average American. And I'm reading some of the data today, and what is happening to the U.S. economy is absolutely devastating. And these people should be ashamed of themselves to pump this stuff, to promote these markets that they have to know are an absolute manipulated joke. These markets are going to crash, ladies and gentlemen. There's no if, and, or but about it. We are on borrowed time. When you look at what is happening to the U.S. economy, and there's no doubt it is being sacrificed for the stock market. But at some point, the stock market is going to fall with the economy. No doubt about it. But they keep promoting this and propping it up and cheerleading this thing, hoping that they'll sucker more people back into it. I believe this is a sucker's rally. And I would be very, very cautious if I was in these markets right now, because these markets are supported by no fundamentals. The economy's crashing. The consumer is going broke. The consumer is going bankrupt. Yet they're telling us today, somebody came on Fox Business and said the consumer's strong. I literally almost fell out of my chair. How can the consumer be strong when you just look at the data? 41% of small businesses in December couldn't even pay rent. 20 million households couldn't pay their utility bills. We have a savings rate of 2.2%, all-time highs with credit card debt. How is the consumer strong? The consumer is broke and going broker. I'm going to share some articles with you today. This one from the New York Post. Almost 25% of millennials, their parents are covering their rent. 35% of adults admit they still have at least one bill on their parents' tab. The three areas that are three expenses, the three main expenses that parents are paying for these millennials: groceries at 19%, utilities that was 16%, and rent was 25%. This being paid by parents. And I was just kind of breaking it down today. 52% of U.S. workers make $33,100 or less. 52% of U.S. workers make $33,100 or less. And when you break it down, food, utilities, auto insurance, internet, rent, cell phone, credit card payment. And don't forget Uncle Sam. You gotta pay Uncle Sam. He gets paid before anybody. If you're making what 52% of U.S. workers make, $33,100 or less, how in the world do you do this? What is left at the end of the month for the majority of Americans right now? I would think that probably a lot of people are in the red at the end of every month, and that's why we are seeing record-breaking credit card debt in America. Now, add a couple kids to this, and it's even worse. You know, think about all these expenses you have every month, and then add 2 kids, 3 kids, 4 kids. I don't know how people are doing it. I really don't. But things are just not adding up. 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 4 here. Somebody is lying to us. How in the world can the housing market be coming back? How can we be seeing an economic recovery? How can the stock market be soaring when people are losing their jobs every day? People have no money saved up. People are broke. People are dependent on credit cards. And we continue to watch more and more businesses close shop. And we have a federal debt that is now well over $31 trillion. Makes no sense whatsoever. The hedge today, pending home sales, suffered worst annual decline ever in 2022. We saw a year-over-year decline of 34.3%. Yes, 34.3%. This is the greatest annual decline in history, ladies and gentlemen. When you think about how broke people are, how in the world could this number not even be worse? It could be worse. When you look at how many cars are being repossessed daily in America, people not able to pay utility bills, people can't save money, people have absolutely no money whatsoever now. How in the world this number wasn't worse? I don't even know. 34.3%, that's a devastating number, don't get me wrong. It's huge. It's historic. But I believe it's even worse than that. Global smartphone shipments see record-breaking drop. Fourth quarter global smartphone shipments plunged 18.3% year over year. Another reflection of what's happening to the U.S. economy. But don't worry. Dow Jones and NASDAQ up today, so you have nothing to worry about. Let me ask you this. Markets up today. Did it help you at all? Did it help put food on the table? Are you seeing food prices go down at the grocery store now? Are you paying less for gas? I see gas going up now daily. But the market's going up. Did it help you at all? Enjoy the ride up. If you're in these markets, enjoy the ride up, because this is a sucker's rally. And I truly do believe we're going to see these markets continue to collapse. We're going to see lower highs and lower lows. It's not going to go away, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing's been fixed. It is going to continue to get much, much worse. Nabila Popal, research director with the International Data Corporation, he's the worldwide head of the worldwide tracker team, said we have never seen shipments in the holiday season come in lower than the previous quarter. This in regards to the smartphone shipments. Again, another telltale sign, another barometer of what's happening to this economy. How about this one? Americans fall behind on car payments at higher rate than in 2009. This on Bloomberg today. I'll paraphrase through the story a little bit, but pretty interesting. 21-year-old Kobe Hatched walked out of his Chicago home. Guess what? His car wasn't there. This is in December. His car was gone. He knew exactly what happened to it. It was repossessed because he'd been falling behind in the payments and knew it was a matter of time. And it's going to get very, very real for millions of Americans who are going to be in the same exact situation. Without a car, he couldn't do his job. He was an Amazon delivery driver. So guess what? He got fired. Now he's struggling to pay rent. Now he's struggling to buy groceries, even with food stamps. This, another ominous sign that the U.S. economy is in very, very big trouble. And again, if people can't make their car payment, how are they making a house payment? If they don't have a car, how do they get to work to make money to pay for a house, to pay for food? I mean, this whole thing is coming down, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody out there that believes things are going to improve in 2023, they're going to have another thing coming. 2023 is going to be a worse year than 2022. It gives me no pleasure in saying that. I'm just reading this stuff every day. I'm connecting the dots just like all of you. I'm paying attention to my surroundings, what's happening with local businesses, what's happening in real estate. And I think we're all coming to the same conclusion. We are now entering a very, very serious depression, and it's about to get worse. Now, more Americans are falling behind on car payments. In December, the percentage of subprime auto borrowers who were at least 60 days late on their bills rose to 5.67%. That compares to the 5.09% in January of 2009. That was the peak of the Great Recession. Now, what's also very fascinating here is when it comes to new car buyers, new auto buyers, 16% have a payment of $1,000 or more. The average new car right now is $50,000. And I'm reading this right out of the article from Bloomberg, ladies and gentlemen. 16% of new car buyers have a car payment of $1,000 or more. Unbelievable. All I can say is this is extremely, extremely dangerous. We are in a time that is very unsustainable. We're in a time that a lot of people are going to get very, very hurt. Here's one from The Hedge. A dollar collapse is now in motion. Saudi Arabia signals the end of petro status. Scary stuff right here, because this is going to change your life, and not for the better. Been a lot of people out there that said that the US dollar will always be the world reserve currency, that it will never have competition. There's a lot of people out there that believe that, and there's people out there that have to believe that. They don't want to believe anything else. They just believe that dollar can never be dethroned. And ladies and gentlemen, just go back through history. There's never been a currency that has not been dethroned. eventually every currency in the world has been dethroned at some point. President Xi has promised to ramp up efforts to promote the yuan in energy deals with Saudi Arabia. Now you look at Saudi Arabia, Russia, China, all these countries have grown very, very close to one another. And I think that gold is going to play a very, very big part of all this. But just take a look at what's happening with the BRICS nations. Just the talk of some sort of gold-backed digital currency possibly. Talk with China and Saudi Arabia using gold to buy oil or back currencies and whatnot. Nobody really knows how it's all going to play out, but I do truly believe that gold is going to play a very, very intricate role here. And I do believe, and I don't give financial advice, but I can tell you personally, I've been buying a lot of gold over the last 2.5 years. And I'm going to continue to buy more gold this year. If you're thinking about buying gold, even silver, silver's going to go along for the ride. Very volatile though, but it is going to go along for the ride. If you're looking for a good, solid, reputable place, and a lot of people ask me all the time, daily, what's a reputable place? SD Bullion, I have a link down below. You can check that out. I don't care if you buy gold, you don't buy gold. I don't care who you buy it from. Just buy it from somebody reputable. But I do believe it is probably the most important asset now, at least financially, that you could own. And I do believe it's completely undervalued. I think the two most undervalued assets on planet Earth are gold and silver at this point. And so at some point, you're just not going to be able to get it. So buy the things that you can get right now that are on sale. And I know it's hard to believe that when you look at gold at, I don't know, what's it about $1,945 today, you're going to pay around probably close to $2,100 for a physical ounce. I know it's hard to believe to say that that's a sale, but I think we're all going to look back one day, and one of my biggest regrets will probably be that I didn't buy more gold and silver when I could have. Now, I think I own a decent amount, but I think we'll all look back, at least I will, and look back and wish we would have bought more, because I do believe it's going to get very, very expensive. It's going to get very, very hard to buy. And I think that we could see a huge, huge run on these metals. And at some point we're going to, because of what's happening right here with the BRICS nations, what's happening with Saudi Arabia and China, what's happening with China, Russia, and Saudi Arabia. All of this points to that we're going to see gold go through the roof at some point. Now, is that a year from now, 10 years from now, 10 months from now? I have no idea. But that's why I'm saying I believe it's on sale, and I would be accumulating as much of this as I could, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'll probably place another order this week. Be diversified, ladies and gentlemen, be diversified. But I think that gold is going to be extremely, extremely important. And I also do believe that this is the beginning of the end for the US dollar. It's not, according to this article, it's not going to be a single foreign currency. It will be a basket currency, according to this article, with a single global digital currency. This will be devastating for the US dollar. It will be devastating for the US economy. Everything right now in the US economy is being held together by the world reserve currency, the petrodollar. We're funding the US government and US markets with printed money. Money just printed out of thin air. It says here in the article, as long as central banks and corporate banks are willing to absorb dollars as a tool for global trade, the game goes on. If the dollar is no longer the primary trade mechanism, the trillions upon trillions of dollars the Fed created out of thin air will come flooding back. I agree 100%. And again, this is why I own gold. This is why people in my family own gold. People in my circle own gold. I'm not going to, I would never do anything or tell you to do anything that I don't do. I would never tell you to purchase something that I don't purchase. You better have security. You better have food. You better have water. You better have hard physical assets like gold and silver. I own all of these, and I think you should too. And I would never tell you to do something that I'm not doing. A lot of people, I notice every day, try to sell you something. And And I wonder if they own any of this stuff because they never say that they do. Every day, a lot of these channels are always, I've got a sponsor here today, I got a sponsor there, I got a sponsor. Every day, it's a different sponsor. And they're always trying to sell you something. Do they really buy this stuff? Do they really own the stuff that they're selling? Or are they just taking quick money? I can tell you right now, I own all of this stuff myself. I've spent a lot of money buying gold, buying silver, buying security, getting the training, buying the emergency food, buying up all the canned food. I put my money where my mouth is, and because I got to look at myself in the mirror every day, and I will never mislead anybody. And I know that there's a lot of people out here who sell out for the quick buck, and they will sponsor anything as long as they get paid for it. Yet they would never buy that stuff themselves. You look at Kevin O'Leary with FTX. Prior to that whole thing, he was completely against crypto, called it rat poison. But as soon as FTX gave him some money, he was on board. He didn't even use his own money to buy this garbage. He used FTX money. So, we have a lot of people out there who sell out for the dollar, never put their money where their mouth is, never put their own money into anything, didn't put any of their own skin into anything. They just go, how much are you willing to give me so I can just promote this garbage and sell it to people? So again, be cautious of the con men out there, the snake oil salesmen out there. There's a lot of people out there just trying to make a buck, but are they really walking the walk? I look at some of these people and it doesn't look like they're walking the walk. A lot of these people don't look like they're very prepared for what's coming. They don't look like they're really doing much to prepare other than promote fear and sell stuff. So I'm going to leave it there today. God bless all of you. Prepare, ladies and gentlemen. If I can say one thing, prepare. This thing's going to get ugly. Market's going up and all the cheerleaders are out and it looks great. But has it helped you whatsoever that the markets are going up? Has it helped the U.S. economy? More people are about to lose jobs. The economy is going to take another step down. And we're going to get deeper and deeper now into a very, very serious depression here. The recession has been going on for well over a year. The retail apocalypse has been going on for years. Nothing's getting better. It's getting much worse. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready and prepare before it's too late, because we are going to come to a point where it is going to be too late to prepare. So start right now.